Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just gonna be like messing around with some different makeup that I've got. Some of it's new, some of it's old, some of it I'm just kind of experimenting with. I had actually tried to film this video before, but I ran out of battery and I couldn't find a sufficient charge cord to like keep my camera alive while I was trying to film. So it had to wait until I could get an external, like an AC battery, like a dummy battery, that I could just plug in and let my camera roll. So some of these things I've already kind of worked with a little bit and I have some opinions on them, but I want to revisit it, knowing what I know already. So I'm just gonna, go ahead and get into it. The first thing I'm going to try is this Burt's Bees eyeshadow primer. I saw this at Walmart and I was intrigued. It comes in a little plastic pot with the Burt's Bees like logo branding on the top, which is super cute, might I add. So Burt's Bees has been very busy, it appears. No pun intended there, busy bees. Looks like they released a whole bunch of new stuff, which is interesting. Normally I don't look to Burt's Bees though for actually much of anything. I don't like their skincare and I don't like their lip balms. Colored, they have new cream blushes in a variety of colors, which is nice. Some cream eyeshadows, a illuminating face primer, and just one eyeshadow primer. So there are no other colors in this. And here, now I know this looks like it has smallpox, but but this is actually wax bloom and it's nothing to be afraid of. So if you see the texture there, yeah, that's just wax bloom. That's harmless. You see that a lot on like lipsticks. All right. So I'm gonna try applying this with my finger first, and then I'll try it with a brush. This looks very waxy though. Very waxy, oh my. Though this doesn't, okay, now I can see why they say that this could work for any skin tone. This does not have a tint. I thought this would have a tint, and it does not have a tint. I'm trying to layer this up on my hand. Like, can you even see where I, like, do you see that stripe? It's clear, it's very clear. But it's also very oily. I don't know, guys. So let's give it a try. Just get a little bit on my fingertip there. And spread this on my eye. This feels like a lip balm, almost. Thinking that this will be a good eyeshadow primer because it's, I sense this will crease. So we'll see. And it's oil based, so certain products, like, I could see this not working very well with cream based products because it would absolutely break it apart. But I'm just gonna give that a little bit of time to dry. For eyeshadow, I'm just pulling out the Nabla Side by Side palette. I used this before in another review, which I never did get around to editing and publishing, but I've had mixed feelings about this palette. It's the quality in a lot of the shades are perfect, but others, like the topper shades, can be really stiff to work with, so I'm kind of on the fence about the whole thing. Forgive my little floof here. I have tried everything to calm this thing down, short of like ridiculously hard hairspray, which is really not necessary considering I'm not going anywhere today. So it's our guest for today. Yeah, this is actually showing really good pigment. I am impressed. Burt's Bees. Mr. Burt. Bravo! And just dab that on my eye, and oh my lord! Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my god. This primer may have single-handedly changed my entire opinion about this palette. Wow. Is that not beautiful? Okay, I take back. This is looking to be the star product already, and it's the first one I tried. For my base, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream, and this was a product I tried to use, like I tried to film a review on already, and that was the one that I ran out of battery, so I couldn't publish it. But I already have some thoughts about this product, and they're not positive. It just didn't look good at the time on my skin, but admittedly I was having a really bad skin day that day, so I want to give this another shot. The color of this was also off. This is in Fair 140W, and this is really yellow on me, like highlighter yellow. I wanted to try mixing it with a white mixer to brighten up the color a little bit, to make it look a little closer to my skin tone. Before I start applying that foundation, I want to use like a super hydrating primer. The last time I used it, it looked super dry on my skin, so I wanted to use the HelloFab Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer. This is one of my favorite primers in the world. It is ultra hydrating and pretty much everything looks good over it. And I'm just going to take my little jar lid thing that I used to mix my foundations and whatnot on, and I'm gonna add a little of the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. So I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques sponge and start dabbing this on. Not as much coverage as the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. And not as hydrating either. I would say it has like a satin matte finish, leaning more towards matte right now. Well, not first impressions, but like second first impressions. It looks really dry right here. Let me see if I can turn the light down so you can see. Okay, I don't know if it's showing up for you, but it looks real dry, like right around here. I didn't realize my skin was being dry there. Thought I had done really well with the moisturizer. To correct my under eye circles, I'm going to be using the Joa Beauty Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer in the shade Natural Ivory, which I love this stuff. It's really good. It is not playing nice with the BB cream either. It's like right where the two products meet, it looks a little cakey. And I've never had any problems with this under eye corrector before. And continuing on the e.l.f. theme, I'm going to use the Hydrating Camo Concealer. These are in the shades Light Ivory and Fair Warm. And I like these concealers a lot. They are very hydrating. It's a higher coverage concealer than it is than the CC Cream is, which is a problem. Next, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I've actually been using this as bronzer. The shades in this tend to lean very, very warm versus very cool like traditional contours do. And a lot of cream bronzers tend to pull very orange on my skin. So this has actually been working fantastic for me as a bronzer. And I'm just going to start with this shade here, just to warm up my complexion a little bit, give some life to my face. I can see the Camo CC Cream like really sinking into the lines on my forehead, which nobody wants. Alright, and for blush, I have used another shade in this line and I really liked it, so I picked up another, and this is the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This is in the shade Tahiti. I have Turks and Caicos, and I really like it, but it's very summery. It's very peachy orange. This is a little rosier. I'm really hoping that e.l.f. comes out with bronzers or contours or something like that in this formula, because it is amazing. Here's the shade Tahiti. Let me swatch it on the back of my hand. Ooh, that's beautiful. Though that's not as rosy as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, right there. It's a little warmer than I thought it would be, but it's still beautiful. Going to take a synthetic blush brush. The other side's filthy, so I'm going to use this side. That is such a beautiful color. Isn't it pretty? And for highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Dewy Highlighter Stick. I've actually been enjoying this a great deal. Gives like this gorgeous, just natural glow. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes now. I'm going to use the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder, and this is a mini. Unfortunately, when I bought this, I discovered it didn't have that refreshing feeling anymore. It didn't have it from the moment I opened it, which sucks, but hoping it will still be a good under eye setting powder. Just set that with a little bit of powder, not too much, just where it creases, because I have to do this because otherwise it will crease badly. And I loved this powder when I first had it in the full-size version because it set my under eye like none other. However, it tended to oxidize my concealers, and I wanted to see if that was still the case, because if it doesn't, then it's going back in my rotation because it is stunning under my eyes. Okay, so this is the mostly finished face. I haven't set the rest of my face. I just wanted to look at it before I did that and see what I think. The CC Cream is a big ol' no, which I think that's kind of my feelings on this are very obvious by now, but it just looks very makeup-y around my mouth and on my upper lip, on my forehead. Like that dry spot right here is still like incredibly apparent. I am just not a fan. It's sinking into lines and so on. I have better foundations that cost even less than this. I think they want like $14 for this, which is high for e.l.f. So I'm going to try setting my face really quick with just a very like light setting powder. What do I do with it? I'm going to use, as I throw it. Okay, it's intact. This is the number 7 Lift Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder in Light. Despite this looking dry, sometimes a finishing powder helps. Okay, so this is the face set, and it looks okay. My under eyes are definitely oxidizing orange. I want to see how this would look with a setting spray, because sometimes that helps. It's like one of my favorite tricks to set down like an overly powdery, dry looking foundation. So I'm going to use the Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. You don't need much. This is such super fine mist. It's wonderful. Still looks dry, but not as bad. Still makeup-y, actually not as makeup-y around my mouth. So this could be like if I were stuck on a desert island and this is the only foundation that I could bring with me, provided I had a dewy setting spray, I could make it work. But I'm still gonna return this. For my brows, I'm going to be using the Essence Make Me Brow. I've used this before and I really liked it, but they expanded their shades, and I got the shade 4 Ashy Brows, which is a little darker than the one that I used before. I think it was like a light brown. I've been using the Wow Brow from e.l.f. and I really liked it. It's like it's got like fibers in it and did really well on my brows. I like this. The shade is good. Not as fibery as the Wow Brow, which I really liked about that product. This also transfers off the wand a little. I don't know if you can see, like right above my brow, whereas the Wow Brow didn't do that. No, I think it looks fine. I just realized that I started to film a little bit and hadn't started hitting record, so I am... the next product that I'm going in with is the Rimmel Wonder Extension Mascara. I had already taken it out of the packaging before I realized I wasn't filming that. So here's the packaging, here's the mascara. You gotta admit, is that not a beautiful, some beautiful packaging? Like the ombre, like teal to purple. That's beautiful. Here's the wand. It's like one of those sticky rubbery ones. Something I did notice about the formula, as I was withdrawing the wand, it's almost, I don't know how to, like, it's stretched like goo from the tube. Like, it's almost elastic. It's almost sticky going on. It does give some impressive volume, but it's clumping a little bit. I'm not a fan of that, and it's not very dark black, I'm noticing. It's almost like a satiny, like deep charcoal black. And I like black mascara. But yeah, it seems very sticky. Like, as I'm putting on, it's like leaving little like goo trails, like the stretchy, you know what I'm talking about. Not doing any falsies today because I just don't feel like dealing with them. Truly, I don't. Not going anywhere, and I don't need to be that glamorous to go make myself some ramen for lunch. For lips, I also got this in PR from Rimmel. This is their Stay Plumped Volumint and High Shine. I got 2 shades of this. One was like a clear crystally topper, and then this one, which is called Peach Pie. I don't know if it just needs to warm up first, but this is I'm pleasantly sticky. Almost immediately got that like gooey line on the inside of my lips. I can feel the tingly, like I can feel the cinnamon in this. I can smell the cinnamon, but I can also feel it. I was blessed with some reasonably full lips naturally, but this does seem to have a little bit of plumping. I don't know if that's just an illusion from the gloss, but I feel like my lips do look a little fuller. I just don't like how sticky this is. It's like very like uncomfortably sticky. Like, I feel like I have to work harder to talk. Alright guys, so that is everything. Just to run over everything, the e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream, we don't like it. We are returning that ASAP because it is junk, at least for me. I know a lot of people love it, but it's awful looking on me. The Burt's Bees Eye Primer, I underestimated this at the start. This is the #1 product, full stop, of this entire video. It is beautiful, and I'm not seeing any creasing so far. It works really well, and I think this works better than a lot of clear eyeshadow primers out there on the market. I highly recommend this unless you have ridiculously oily eyelids. The Putty Blush in Tahiti, isn't it gorgeous? So beautiful. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. The Essence Make Me Brow and Ashy Brows. This is pretty good. I'll keep it, and I'm very interested to see if it's, if it improves the way mascara does. If this will be even better after it's been used for a couple weeks. The Rimmel Wonder Extension Mascara. I'm on the fence about this. I don't foresee myself reaching for this every day. Something about it I don't jive with. The Rimmel Stay Plumped lip gloss, it's just too sticky. I feel like I'm working harder to move my mouth because my lips stick together so much. But the color is pretty. Alright guys, that is everything. Thank you for putting up with me for however long you did. If you made it this far, thank you. If you liked my video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because it helps us little guys out with the most unforgiving YouTube algorithm. If I was at least vaguely entertaining, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching my video. Stay safe, everybody. Wear your mask, wash your hands, stay far away from other people, don't cough on each other, don't spit on each other. Hope to see you next time.